Just so you know, I struggled so hard with this video, like so hard, you have no idea. I had to redo the voiceover like 20,000 times. I totally forgot that it's not cactuses, but it's cacti, and I just rolled out of bed because I'm too tired to change for this, and anyways, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for checking this out. This is my fourth video, which is not any kind of milestone by any means, so I don't know why I'm saying it, but my point is I am new to YouTube, so thank you so much for checking me out. Please let me know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future, and like this video or subscribe if you'd like to see more content in the future. Okay, so now that I've got all that stuff out of the way, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a pen pal letter that's really simple, it's easy. I'm just having fun with it. I'm deciding to make it cactus themed for who knows what reason. There's a cactus on my desk, so it's like, yes. And yeah, without further ado, let's get cactusing. Cactus-ing? Alright, so I'm going to start off with a pretty normal sized piece of paper, and I think it's a little thicker than normal, and just measuring 1.5 inches from the top and then just folding up from the bottom. Basically I'm just making the envelope, but if you already have an envelope that you would like to use, then just skip this step, but I'm just showing you how to make an envelope, or at least how I make my envelopes. I'm also going to be using a sewing machine, which I think is also not necessary. I just find it oddly satisfying to sew a piece of paper because I didn't know you could do that. But you could also just use glue because, you know, sewing is unnecessary. Right now I'm just measuring 1 inch from both of the sides and just drawing a line. I am realizing now that it was a big mistake to be doing this on my white table because it's really hard to see anything, but hopefully I just explained this well enough, which probably won't happen, but anyways, I'm just gonna cut off the front sections here. Basically, story time. I did this voiceover before, and I was like, I don't really want to redo this because I just talked for 7 minutes straight. But then a friend listened to it, and he was like, Caitlin, you were saying cactuses the whole time. It's actually cacti. And at first I was like, oh, you're just one of those grammar people, but it just started irritating me, so I gotta redo it again. Okay, I'm also cutting off this top section because if you don't, it's gonna look a little awkward, and then just erasing all those lines. And then with my scissors, I'm just going to make little triangles. You could also do, like, I don't know, curves, or just leave it like that. Just whatever you want, you know? The fun part about pen paling is that every letter I make is completely different, and I just kind of, you know, grab the supplies, sit down for 2 hours, and then something happens, and it's fun, yeah. So for all those creative people out there, pen paling is definitely for you. Okay, now I'm just going to take my sewing machine and just sew down. This part is so satisfying. I don't know why. I mean, I know some of you are probably judging me, but I don't know. I feel like I just didn't know you could sew paper, and it's fun. Okay, now I'm going to take an old piece of paper and just put it into the envelope so when I draw the designs with Sharpie, it doesn't bleed through and make my envelope look all ugly and disgusting. And believe it or not, this is actually my first time ever drawing a cactus, so I had to look up a Google image, and I'm just outlining it now with Sharpie, and then I'm gonna go back with highlighter. So while we watch me struggle to draw cacti, not cactuses, I just want to say, if you don't have a pen pal already, you should get one. Especially if you love making stuff, sending stuff, receiving stuff. I know some people have asked me, like, oh, why would you send a piece of, like, mail? It's so unnecessary because, you know, email, text, all that with the online world. But it is a completely different experience to receive something that you can, like, hold and read. It's a very different experience, and it's a lot of fun to make it. So if you're that type of person, I would highly recommend you get one. And I would also recommend that you start off with someone that you know, whether that's like a family member that you don't see all the time or lives kind of far away, or you could also do it with, I don't know, just old friends that you don't see. anymore. I'm doing this with Miss Thacher. Shout out to Miss Thacher, best teacher ever. I had her for 3 years in middle school, and at the end she kind of just suggested that we stay touched through pen paling, and I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And it's been a lot of fun. We had to take a break because we both kind of had, I don't know, we got busy, okay, like high school, and she's a teacher, so obviously very busy lives. But yeah, just trying to get back into it, and it's a great way to stay in touch with someone that you probably wouldn't talk to on a daily basis. So here I'm taking a taco shell box. Don't ask me why, it's what I found in my recycling bin, and I would recommend finding thinner pieces of cardboard if you can, because you can't send something that's too heavy through the mail. I'm gonna use 2 stamps for mine because I don't think it will make it with 1. But yeah, if it's too heavy, the mail person can just send it back to you, and it's not fun. So just make sure it's not too heavy, and I'm just separating my letter into multiple pieces, like I am doing here, but sometimes it's just fun to make it into one big letter with lots of flaps and making it super complicated and just gluing a ton of stuff on. That is also fun, so I just encourage you to experiment with it and just do whatever comes to your mind. It's just a lot of fun. So this one is called Stationery. I'm going to put some Post-its and stickers in it later, and then I'm also going to make one that's like updates on my life, and another one that's like questions I have for you. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, you should definitely get one, and if you already have one, that is amazing. And, well, I kind of ran out of cardboard. Okay, so if you already have cardstock, I would highly recommend you use it, because this way is kind of inefficient, I guess, but I did not have the right colored cardstock, so I was like, okay, fine, I have to use cardboard. And if you do use cardboard, you'd probably want to put a piece of white paper onto the bad looking side, because you don't want them to open up a letter and find some piece of a cereal box there. So after I tape that, I'm just going to fold this one up. This one I'm going to call Hello, or that's what's going to say on the front. And then I'm going to write like a quick intro in it to kind of just say like, hey, how are you doing, blah, blah, blah. Just those quick intro things that you would normally say. Okay, and for this one, like I said, I'm just putting on some pretty flat stationery and just having fun with it, you know, whatever you have. Alright, I'm gonna head down to the mailbox now. Thank you so much for checking this out. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, just see you next time. Bye!